What's up, guys? This is D&D Vape. So I'm going to be doing a review on the split Atty RDTA. So let's check this out. We're going to go down below, get it up close, take it apart, and see how this thing works. We're going to put a build on it, put it on a mod, and see how it works on a mod. All right, guys? So let's check this out. I'm really excited. I love this little. Okay, guys. So this is the split Atty. It's by DNV. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check out and see how this comes. All right, so inside number one, we got a little baggie here. This one baggie here has your squonker pin, and you have your single coil uh, option there. Blocks off the hose. Also comes with some extra screws for your positive and negative, and some extra washers that you're gonna need if they're the older ones tear that are in here. And here it goes, the main attraction, the split Atty. So why is this called the split Atty, guys? Well, I'm gonna have to show you because this is really an interesting little Atty, and I'm very pleased with it. So let's go ahead and mount this and check it out. All right, and that's all you basically get in that little container is your washers, your extras, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna check this out. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna open this up, and we're gonna see what's inside. All right, so to take it off, a lot of the times the way I do it so the washers don't tear, instead of just pulling it off, give it a little twist. Actually, reduces the stress on the washers and allows them to last a little bit longer. And that's basically with any Addy. I notice a lot of people always push down and put force down on it, but in reality, if you just give it a little twist, it closes a lot easier and doesn't put a lot of stress on the washers. They tend to last a little longer that way. All right, so here we go. This is our deck. You got two negative screws, two positive screws. You got a hole in the center. I'll explain what that's for. Also, you have these little holes right here. I will also explain what these are for. And this is a very interesting, this is what makes it very interesting. This goes all the way down, that hole. I'm going to show you how this all works. It's really interesting, okay? So basically for your single coil build, you have this stopper here. When you get it, it's going to be a full-size square. All right, you're going to need your tweezers and cut off the ends about as much as I did. All right, so sorry about my fingers. I do a lot of coil building, and this is what happens to my fingers after building all the coils I build. They get a lot of holes in them. So, anyways, you want to trim the sides on this so your cap will fit on the proper way. And this basically you just put in any side you want to use, put it in there and push down, and it'll clamp it in nice in place. And like I said, you can use this on any side, not just one, but either side you want to be able to build on. So that's depending on how you like to vape. So this also comes with a squonk pin. Now, a lot of times with squonkers, you have to buy a pin or order in order for, but this one here comes with one. We're going to show you guys how to use that in about a few minutes. All right, so let's check this out first. Here we go. So we're going to take this off. I'm going to show you how to take this apart, how to clean it, or just take it apart, and how to do your cotton and stuff like that once we get a build on here. To take it apart, this bottom piece here, this is your bottom base here. This is your deck. This piece here spins right off, okay? It comes with some extra washers in there, so don't lose the washers. Just spin that off, just like that. There you go. See that washer in there? That'll fall right out. Your glass, that'll also fall out, so be careful. All right, and then you have a washer right here on the bottom. This one will pop out eventually while you're trying to build and stuff. It will come out. So just be careful that they don't fall out on you. This is your positive pin. and it does come out, and you can replace it with the squonker pin. Okay, so we're going to show you how the squonk part works first. We're going to put a build on it real quick, and I'll show you how all this works. All right, so let's go ahead and just screw this down as tight as I could so it doesn't wiggle, and let's get a build on here. I already got some coils pre-built for this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the coils on and go from there. All right, now I'm going to take this coil and put this coil on, guys, and I already put one on real quick, so now I'm going to take this one and basically it's just going to go in place. What you want to do is you want to feed your wire either through the inside or the outer side. On these bigger coils, I fit them on the outer part. I use my thumb, I hold it in place, right? And then I throw my screwdriver. Luckily, I always keep the backup right next to me, just in case, and just tighten that right down just like that. Make sure your lead here is over so it doesn't get in the way of your cotton. Just like that, very nicely. Make sure your positive is tightened down. There we go. Make sure they're both nice and snugged. And that should be good. They should be nice and snug down tight. There we go. Now we got two nice coil builds right there. And now all we got to do is wick it. So I'm going to go ahead and wick one off cam so you guys don't have to watch me wick both of them. Make sure these are adjusted nice. Make sure that's out of the way. Always make sure your leads are out of the way so when you do your cotton, it won't be in the way of your little cotton job there. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some cotton in here, and you'll see how I do that. So I'm gonna be using native wick to wick up my RDA. So this is what I love using. Works really well. You guys should try it out. Good stuff. Okay, now that I got one wicked up, see how it looks. I'll show you guys how I got that. And the easiest way I found to do it with a small RTA like this, RDTA. All right, so first we're going to start with a piece of cotton like this. You want to make sure you got the right size. Now what I like to do is just wet the tip a little bit. I use a little of my saliva just because it's mine. So what I do is I start off with the first hole. I go right through the coil, all right? I'll feed the tip down into the hole before I go all the way through. And as I do that, I'll use my tweezers. I'll pull it through as I go, and it makes it a lot easier and neater to do it this way. Just like that. All right. Now, usually you should be able to pull it right through just like this. You grab your screwdriver, go underneath the cotton, and you'll be able to pull it through as you hold with your thumb the other piece of cotton down there. And there you go. Look at that. You fed it through very nicely without tearing it all apart. Bring this down through just like this. And there you go. Now to feed the other side through, you do kind of the same process. You just lick the tip a little bit or wet it with a little water to hold it in place like that so it doesn't fluff out everywhere. Grab a little screwdriver, feed it down through the hole, and you should be able to grab your tweezers as long as you did it right, and with the saliva holds it in place, allow you to pull it right down through there just like that. All right, now what you want to do is you want to grab your screwdriver and kind of fluff it up a little bit. Make sure it's not too tight down in the hole. Just like that. Same as the other side, just make sure it's fluffed up a little bit. Not a lot. Basically, I get under the cotton and lift up and make it even, just like that. And that's it. So now you have your cotton And the way I did it, if you could see, I just fluffed it up even with the top of the coil. So you just go under, lift up a little bit, that's it. And that's it. Take it off. The washer fell off, so be careful if that washer falls off. You grab your scissors now that you have it in place, and you want to cut even with the bottom washer, just like that. Grab the other one. I did cut this one a little shorter, but that's okay. That was an accident, but it's fine. I'm just going to go ahead, pull up a little bit on this side. Pull out a little bit and even it out, and there you go. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I got to get this washer back on. Put this washer back on. And then you're going to put this. Alright, so once your cotton is in place, if you go on the bottom, you put your washer in place just like that. Make sure everything's in place. Just like that. Once you do that and your cotton's in the center, just grab your glass. Make sure your glass goes over nice and even. Just like that. Grab your bottom plate and screw it in place. Just like that. That allows everything to sit in place the way it's supposed to. And that glass sits on top of that washer piece, so you want to make sure that that's nice and snugged so there's no leaking out of this, because it's literally resting just right on top of the washer. Okay, and this is how it should look when you're done. Very nice. Then your cotton just sits up right above the ground, not too low. It just sits kind of nicely above. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to use a squonker piece. So all you do is grab a flathead and pop this out. This is your positive 510 pin. All right, we're going to get that right out of there because we are going to squonk this bad boy. All right, you can use your fingers and it should be able to get it right in there nice. There we go. Now it's all ready for squonking. Now you're probably saying, well, don't you need to put a fill it up, or how's this work, and blah blah blah. Well, basically what you do is you take a screw and it goes in that hole just like that, all right, and plug it up. I use it as a plug. It's supposed to screw in, but the clone didn't come with it, and it's supposed to come with one, so I just used my own little screw. You don't have to, but I like to use the screw. You put your squonker on just as so. Okay. Now to fill this up and to wick these, this is how you do it, all right? Now I'm going to show you how this fills up. Basically, all you do is you hit your squonk button and it will fill it up. You'll see it coming through the holes in here. And there it goes. See that? Look at that. And it fills right up on both sides. So it should go right in there. Look at that, filling all up in there. Very nice. Now, what I like about it is you want to get it to fill up in here. So once it fills up that tank, it's going to fill up all the way. It's going to come through your breather holes and go all the way up and hit your cotton. Now what I do is I heat up the coil and it juices up a lot faster. See that? Now the cotton's nice and wet. And that's it. Put your cap on. Make sure your airflow's hitting the air. And that's it. She is all set. Now that's how you do your squonker. Okay, so let's go up, see how it vapes. And there it is. This is it right here. This is the squonker device set up for as a squonker. So as you see is when this little tank runs out, you just hit this, filling up your tank, and you don't have to squonk for a while. You don't even have to drip or nothing. You're good literally for a little while without having to keep squonking. This is why I like this setup. It's really nice. Now, if you don't have a squonker, you can still use it. Very nice. So let's set it up now for a regular RTA setup, all right? Let's check this out. Okay, so I took it off. I put the 510 pin, the regular one. Now what I'm gonna do is I got this nice beauty ring, and this is how I've been using it with a beauty ring. I think it looks really nice. It's a nice little setup, and it goes on my RXS. I think this is how I've been using it, and I think it's really nice like that. And there it goes. Now it's not a squonker now, but you still need to fill it up. So what you do is you take out your little plug. Don't lose it because you're gonna need that. So now I have a RDTA. Now in order to fill this up, you're gonna have to use that little hole on top, and that's your fill hole. And then the little two holes that were on the side, those are your vent holes so air could get in as your juice and cotton wicks up with your juice. So to fill this up, the easiest way to do this, it's really cool. You grab your little unicorn, put it on the hole there, and squeeze. And if you get too much in there, you let go, leave it in the hole, and it gets it right out. You can even squeeze it a little, and there you go. It gets all the extra stuff out, and it leaves it filled up all the way. Nothing overflowing in your deck. So it's nicely set up. All right, really nice juice on it. I mean, this thing's awesome. Put your cotton on, just like that. The flavor is excellent on this RDTA. It has the best flavor on all the RDTAs I've tried. Beats all of them. All of them, literally all of them. Another thing is this has airflow. The airflow is really hard to adjust. It does pop out really easily. It has just a little plate in there, adjustable on each side. It has the single airflow. It has it all. Now, the way you could do this, see that? You stick a screwdriver in the hole, and that'll allow you to just slightly move your airflow. I know it's hard to see, but you could adjust your airflow that way. So that's how I do it. I just stick a screwdriver in the hole and just make sure it's open all the way. I don't close it off because it's a restricted vape as it is. So you really don't need to close it off. Wide open. It's all you need. And you get a nice restricted flavorable vape with tons of clouds. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a great RDTA. You get really good flavor on this. I mean, 15 bucks on eBay. I'll put the link down below. You guys are not going to go wrong with this at all. It's really a nice setup. Check it out, guys. You're not going to be spending, you're not going to go into your vape wallets. You're not going to be spending tons of money. 15 bucks. That's it. Free shipping on eBay. I'll put the link so you guys can check it out. It is a clone, but it's a nicely made clone. Check that out. Look how nice that looks, guys. Really nice. All right. So that's my review on the split RDTA by DMV. All right, guys. So check them out. Check out the link I put down below for you guys to check this out. I think you guys will be more than satisfied on this RDTA. If it's on a lot of little mods, if it's on the look at how it looks on this. I mean, that looks really cool. And then you can put a big drip tip on there as well. It has a drip tip attachment. I'll show you that real quick. You just take this off. All right. That unscrews. A lot of threading, very fine threading, so you'll be screwing it forever. But you take your drip tip attachment. I already got a drip tip on mine. Make sure it goes in right so you don't cross thread it. Come on. Very fine threading, so you want to be careful when you put this on that you don't cross thread it. There it goes. And that's how it goes. Look at that. Really nice, guys. This stains really nice, and you still get good flavor with this little drip tip. It's a nice wide bore chuff cap. I mean, drip tip, wide bore, drip tip. still get that excellent flavor on this thing. Wow. I love this thing. I mean, I got this and I didn't realize how good it was going to be until I actually got it. And I haven't been more satisfied with an RDTA until today since the avocado 24. You guys know that is my favorite RDTA. Um, I really recommend a RDTA. That is the one I usually recommend. But now with this one, I think this is my new to-go RDTA, except for this drip tip doesn't want to go on. So, anyways, I'll skip that for now. We're gonna go ahead and get this video done with. This is D&D Vapes. That was the split Atty by DMV. If you got any questions about this, leave it down below. Any questions don't matter about this. And if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, like my video, please, guys. If you're watching it and you like it, give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget about my 400 subscriber giveaway. Also, my 300 subscriber giveaway. I got 2 of them going right now. So check those out. Leave a comment and stuff on those. You'll see the instructions below. And that is my review, guys. Peace out. Thanks for coming. And thanks for hanging out with us. Remember, don't smoke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Peace out, guys.